Championships. My name's Paul Groves, and we are going to give you today a full program of races. We're starting off just at the moment with the B final for the junior women. First out on the pontoon was Leonie Douche from France. Then you had Yeva Soroka from Ukraine, Edita Pozlerova, Czech Republic, Maja Wąsik, Poland, Gwen Northam, Luxembourg, Tinkara Stres from Slovenia, Greta Maria Savic, Estonia, Lana Gabrilovic from Serbia, Dana Soroka from Ukraine, Maria Gonçalves from Portugal. You saw the green uniform there of Saoirse O'Brien, Ireland, Amelie Gorka, Switzerland, Etorin Etverk, Estonia, Hila Aras from Israel, Muria Karael from Turkey, Ulya Slivasiutia from Lithuania, Sofia Bondarenko, Ukraine, Ada Kaspi, Israel, Hatice Buse Erteken from Turkey, Unia Barutia from Lithuania, Mira Ivanova Georgieva from Bulgaria, Leonie Hauser from Austria, Vilguste Gustaitie from Lithuania, Selina Karup from Denmark, Irmak Serifioglou from Turkey, Ryua Koshkun from Turkey, Elena Bitsi from Switzerland, Ofek Levinsky from Israel, Cemre Chevelek from Turkey, and Nikol Kolisheva from Bulgaria. This is your B final, and it's based upon the times of the athletes yesterday in the semis. So they're all on the pontoon. The head referee for this race is Lyudmila Medan from Serbia, and the technical delegates are Patrick Hendricks from Belgium and Alpan Naj from Hungary. The officials just making sure the athletes are in the right position behind the line. Now the red flags are going up to say that they're satisfied the athletes all in the correct position. Water quality is absolutely perfect. The tests have come back, and it's the cleanest piece of water we've had for a long time. It's wonderful. I know there were concerns of many of the athletes coming down from other parts of Europe after some races recently, but the quality here is excellent and has been for a long time. The swim distances will be 270 meters. The bike will be 8K, and the final run will be 1.7, and they're off. Now, looking at the races from yesterday, oh, look at that wonderful overhead shot. The fastest swim time yesterday was from Ilona Hadum, French athlete. She swam 3:23. The other athletes were leading the fastest swims in the other two waves were roughly about 3:25. So 3:23 will be the fastest swim of yesterday, and let's just see how it unfolds for today. The athletes on the left-hand side, it's the shortest distance to the exit, but those on the right-hand side have got far less congestion to deal with. So it's a question, if you're a very strong swimmer, go for the left-hand side and really, really power your way away from the thrashing arms. The technical officials are watching very carefully for the behavior of athletes in the water, and we picked out an incident yesterday where there was a bit of robust swimming, shall we say, in one of the men's heats. Unfortunately, it wasn't seen immediately. It was seen later with some video footage. The athlete who infringed the rules was spoken to very, very sternly by the officials. He then went and apologized to the other athlete. So the matter was dealt with. But the athletes are all aware now that the technical officials are watching very carefully. This has come about because the athletes themselves have said over the years the swim conduct is becoming an issue. So part of the briefing for the athletes is to really stress that behavior in the water should be good. So Balıkesir, it's a wonderful venue. The mayor has given over the city to this great sport of swim bike run, and the festival we've got this weekend where we see it's nice to see the juniors, under 23s and elite all together. Now some strong swimming there. In that leading bunch, I'm sure we will see Lana Gavrilovic from Serbia. She has been consistently producing good swim times at the junior races she's in. And one of the biggest supporters outside will be her father, who reports back from the venue saying how wonderful it was and how wonderful the hosts have been. Just a few meters to go now before we see the athletes coming to the swim exit, which will be on their left. They then have a run from the swim exit to transition of about 110 meters. Now, this is the first of the waves, so these athletes will have to run further through transition than the others because their bikes will be right at the far end of transition. Good swim strokes here now. And the second athlete, they're just tucked in behind, taking the draft from the leader. Let's see if the camera's going to stay on the athlete long enough for us just to pick out who that is. Keep the cameras in nice and tight. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now the run up the carpet all the way through to transition. Well, perhaps we'll see them as they come into transition. That looks like Saoirse O'Brien there from Ireland in the green uniform, very distinctive uniform from the Irish. As you can see, the organisers have really, really stepped up here with the blue carpet providing a safe run area for the athletes all the way from the swim up to the transition area. The build that they've put in for this event is quite impressive. The bike course is 3 laps, bringing the athletes up to roughly 8 kilometers. It's 3 laps. It's very flat. There are a couple of small rises and descents. It's not very technical, but it's a perfect opportunity for athletes, coaches, and the federations to see how their athletes are performing. Soroka there from Ukraine, both of them, in fact. Or is that Bondarenko? Yes, Bondarenko from Ukraine as well. Very clear markings on the ground there for the mount line. And officials are making sure the athletes get on the bikes after the mount line, not before. We had a couple of penalties yesterday for athletes who had infringements, and you can see those on the results. If you want to see the results from yesterday, go to triathlon.org, click on the results page, and you'll see all of the results from yesterday, all of the semi-final races. Now, leaving the venue area out onto the loops around the venue. We had tremendous overhead shots, drone shots, or yesterday, but we may be lucky. We may see the cameras getting closer into the athletes to see just who's working at the front and who's in the pack. Now, the coaches will be looking at the performances of yesterday and today and making the final touches to the relay teams, which will be racing tomorrow. So we've got 10 in the lead group with one just off the pack. Now, if that athlete can work really hard and bridge the gap and get up to the main pack, it will be a lot better for her. It looks like Lana Gavrilovic. So that was the lead swimmer. I think pretty much was the lead swimmer. Looking very good there at the front, doing an awful lot of work. Ukrainian athlete Soroka, I think that's Yeva Soroka, just tucked in behind her. Lana Gavrilovic is the 2021 Serbian national junior champion. That Turkish athlete needs to do a little bit more work, trying to bring herself into contact with some other riders. So Gavrilovic still working hard at the front, but the group hasn't quite got together. If there's a bit more communication between them, they'll tighten up and they'll become a very fast-moving peloton. Yeva Soroka, the athlete who's tucked in behind the Serbian athlete, well, she was a silver medal winner last year at the first race that we saw in Moldova. A very good venue over there. The juniors loved it. They had a race in the morning, very, very short race, and they went on to have a relay race in the afternoon. And luckily, the event is going back this year, and we've already seen the start list for the race in Chisinau, and it looks really rather good. So if you are able to follow Europe Triathlon, just have a look on the webpage, and if there's going to be any live broadcasts, you'll see the links that you can follow. So Gavrilovic, I think, breaking away there from the front. She's doing an awful lot of work, but she's going to tire herself out potentially ahead of the run. Our Bulgarian athlete there, right at the back. Now that's the slight incline we see, which raises the road, takes the road up over one of the canal sections or road sections, leads the athletes up. It's not a very big climb, but it's enough just to stretch out the pack and to allow a strong cyclist to forge forwards. And then back over the other side, and there's a slight descent here. And we can see that the peloton is now stretched out. It's broken up completely. And they'll be doing this 3 times. So there's a chance at each occasion they come to the incline for the stronger cyclist to attack and try and disrupt the pack. As you can see, road surfaces are very, very good. The athletes have been out here for a few days before the race. They've had a chance to explore on the course. They have bike familiarization opportunities where the roads are completely closed, and the athletes with the coaches go out to really check the road surface, to check the topography, and also to see where the opportunities are for attacking and where they might be a bit more cautious. We saw a bit of a spill yesterday, which unfortunately saw 2 athletes DNF. That's Saoirse O'Brien leading the Israeli athlete there. I think that's, let's have a look. Is that Arias at the back? And Caspi at the front? No, it's Levinsky. So Saoirse O'Brien with Levinsky on her tail. And I'm pretty sure that's the chasing group. It's early morning. No, it's not early morning. It's 9 o'clock over in Balıkesir, and the temperatures are glorious. We saw them peaking yesterday at about 40 degrees, which is why the organisers decided to have the long break at lunchtime. That's Leonie Douche just to the left-hand side. There's a bit of conversation going on amongst the athletes. Both of the Soroka girls are tucked in there. The water temperature yesterday was peaked at about 27 degrees. And for the elite races in the afternoon, the elite and under 23s, we saw air temperatures of over 38 degrees. The organisers have got cooling areas for the athletes. They've got plunge baths for them. So when they finish the race, they can immediately get in there and cool off. So that peloton of 10 has been joined by a chasing group. So we've got about 15, 16 athletes there working together. And a very good morning to Yuval Gome. I'm sure that they're quite delighted. We went through the stats to see who had performed well. Now, the swim is an important stat, an important split, but we also picked out that in the junior men's final yesterday, Roy Baron had the fastest bike split of 12 minutes and 2 seconds. So the Israeli supporters are quite delighted with that. So this is the B final for the junior women. We've got the B final for the junior men coming up at 9:35. That's Turkish time. Then we will go straight to the A final, the big final, which will be at 10 past 10 for the junior women and 10:45 for the junior men. So that's the timings. Then we have a break because it's going to be far too hot for the athletes to race. And we start the elite women and elite men B finals at 15:30. That's Turkish time this afternoon. And if you're enjoying the sunshine there in the southeast part of England where I'm sitting in August, it's raining again. It's good to see there's been a change of positions at the front. Gavrilovic did a lot of work right at the very start of the race on the bike section, and that's not really what she wants to do. She needs to be able to conserve energy. So ideally, you'll have a change of athlete at the front. If you look back in some of the great races, you'll see Alistair Brownlee powering to the front and then shouting at people, organizing the group to then each take their turn at the front. That way, the peloton will move a lot quicker. What we're seeing here is the changes have taken place, but there doesn't appear to be the dynamic of breaking away and using the momentum, the power of a peloton to escape from the chasing athletes. Four of them just trying to edge away, but being caught very quickly by the fifth athlete. The whole peloton strung out behind them. Good, fast, flat surfaces. Very little wind this morning. In the afternoon, we saw the wind picking up and it was gusting quite badly there, which made it quite interesting for the older athletes. But the juniors, there's not a breath of wind down there. So Saoirse O'Brien from Ireland has brought that group into the main peloton. We've got in this peloton, it's in there. If you look carefully, you'll see one of the Polish athletes. That's Maja Wąsik. And she had the fastest run yesterday of 5:59. That was the fastest run in her wave that was won. That was the second wave. So watch out for her. She's twice taken the silver medals at the duathlon races. That was the duathlon championships in Bilbao last year and the world championships in Aviles 2021. But Saoirse O'Brien there, Ireland, taking up the challenge and breaking away off the front. Good performance from her. Pulling another athlete with her. Again, disrupting the peloton, disrupting the ride. And yes, she's got Wąsik. I think she's got Wąsik with her. Is that going to be number 44 just behind her? Maria Gonçalves there from Portugal. She's wearing number 50, just appearing in camera shot. Now, from the executive board from Europe Triathlon, we have the president, Renato Bertrandi. He's there. And Herwig Grabner from Austria. He's also present. As you look at the course from above, you can see how the organizers have really done well to use a relatively small part of the city, But to close it down completely, there's absolutely no traffic out there. We did see a couple of cats looking carefully at the course and a dog that ran through transition, but the traffic has completely gone. There's no parked cars left there. It's a wonderful opportunity for these young athletes to race and for them to race three times because effectively they've got the race yesterday, today, and hopefully the relays tomorrow. So loosening the shoes, turning onto the blue carpet. There's a dismount line quite quite some way. You can see them now. Vonsic coming down first off the bike. Oh, that was close. That was on the line, I thought, but the officials will be looking at that.
B grubu Junior mücadelesinin sonucu anlaşılan koşuda ortaya çıkacak.
So now they've got quite a long run all the way around. You can see them turning right and then turning right again. Soroka just on the tail there of Vonsic. Shorter O'Brien not far behind. Now they've got to make sure that they don't make any mistakes. No racking mistakes. We saw a penalty yesterday in the elite men's race where the bike was racked incorrectly. The athletes are told very carefully, very clearly, how to rack their bikes. And if they don't do it properly, there'll be a penalty. So quick transition there. That's I think that was Arias. We'll have the double check on that in a minute. Soroka straight out on the run. Good transition there. And then you can see Vonsic from Poland. She has her in her sights. With Pozlarova behind her. Now, Pozlarova had the fastest run in her wave yesterday of 6 minutes and 4 seconds. So she's a major threat to Vonsic. Vonsic has the slight edge because her run time was a little bit quicker, and the two of them together, this is going to be quite a battle, I think. Pozlarova can see Vonsic ahead of her. Leonie Douche just behind her. With Sivasiutia from Lithuania. That looks like it could be either Bitsi or no Gorka or Amelie Gorka from Switzerland.
Evet şimdi sonda kalan 2-3 kişiyi görüyorum. Grubun çok sonunda kalan aşağı yukarı
So the chase group now making its way into transition, quite some time off the leaders. But Soroka and Vonsic locked together. Vonsic edging ahead. You can see that she's had that, you can see why she's had the success at duathlon, being able to run quite comfortably off the bike. But Soroka well placed, just on her shoulder, good position to be. Now, just ahead, you can see a small tent, and that will be the penalty box area, just a little bit further along. And they'll be looking carefully at the board just in front of the penalty box, because that will show whether they have a penalty or not. You can see on the right-hand side, the white board there, that's the penalty box. Looking just to check and see if their numbers are up there. And it's a no for those two. The next time they pass that will be on the run down to the finish chute. So Vonsic, Poland, Soroka, Ukraine, way out in front now. Shorter O'Brien dropping back a little bit there. Edvard from Estonia with one of the Turkish athletes just behind her. And is that Levinsky? I'm not sure. So there's about a 60-meter lead there. The leading two have a 60-meter lead over the chasing group.
buraya geliyorsa demek ki sporcular da geliyor. Dün 11 kere koştu bakalım. Bugün de aynı performansı sergileyecek.
Kozlarova doing her best, but it doesn't look as if she's going to bridge that gap in the
Nurgül Moray
next
çıktı piyasaya.
600 meters or so.
Kırmızımız yarışın bittiğinin
And welcome
habercisi.
shade for the athletes. You saw as they went under the shaded area just now, they were grabbing sponges, water sponges, just to cool them down. There's a water station available to them as well.
Daha sporttan bir kıyafetle. Dün yarıştan sonra tartıya çıktığında 1-2 kilo verdim dedi. Bakalım bugün de aynı olayı yaşayacak mı? Harikasın Nurgül Moray.
Well, this is going to go all the way down to the wire. Unless Vonsink decides to kick early, she's going to have a tremendous fight on her hands because Soroka is placed perfectly on her shoulder, just waiting for the right moment to attack or to respond. A really well-defined course. You can't go wrong here. The barriers are very well placed. Vonsink just edging ahead now. She's picking up the pace. Once she goes through this covered area, there's a very short section before she's onto the blue carpet and down to the finish. But she's kicked. She is absolutely kicked now. She's broken away. She's accelerating away. That's good run pace. And Soroka behind her can't respond. Second place is looking good for Soroka. Kozlarova looks secure in third place for the bronze. But Vonsink from Poland has absolutely escaped the attack. Gonzalez, can she push a little bit harder then? Is she able to get up to 5th, 6th place? It looks good for Vonsink. Good news for the Polish Federation here. Onto the blue carpet she goes, down towards the finish line. And there you have it, the long run down to the finish. And she appears to be getting faster and faster as she goes down there. Wow.
Şu anda 25 dakika Polonya'dan Vasik.
So that's
44 numarayla
a good win there for Maya Vonsink,
Ukrayna'dan
Poland.
Sorako.
And which of the Soroka sisters is this going to be? Is it going to be Yeva or is it going to be Dana?
Üçüncü geliyor şimdi.
Now, the officials are trying to get the athletes out of the way very quickly into the shaded area. Kozlarova takes the third place.
3 numarayla Çek Cumhuriyeti'nden
I think that's Leonie Dush in fourth.
Ve sporcular şimdi ağırlarda Fransa'dan Duşe.
Quickly get some water into the shade. There's some plunge baths for the athletes, some fruit, some energy bars.
Slovenya'dan Stres, İsviçre'den Gorka, İrlanda'dan O'Brien. Ve Buse geliyor Türkiye'den. Haydi Buse hemen arkanda. Şu anda resmi olmayan sonucu göre 13. olarak bitirdi Buse. Hemen arkasında Estonyalı sporcu. Buse'yi yürekten kutluyoruz. Ve Avusturyalı Hauser. Mürya ve Irmak arasında bir mücadele var şimdi. Önlerinde Ukraynalı sporcu o da finişte.
Now, amongst the officials there, we actually have the medical delegate. She will be keeping an extra eye on the athletes just to make sure they're okay, and that is Begum Özgürün Kasapoğlu from Turkey. He's a qualified technical official, but also a cardiac surgeon based in Istanbul.
Onları sık sık uluslararası arayada görmeye devam edeceğiz.
So these are good performances from the B final, and the results will be looked at in detail by the team managers
Şu anda
ahead of
yarışan sporcu
selection for the relays tomorrow.
bakıyoruz.
Greta Savic there from Estonia, a little bit recovery on the ground.
Kalan 4 sporcu 22. olarak İsrailli
Now, it's
Levi
quite early on, but you
Sivri.
can see the athletes have really pushed themselves, and it's getting hotter and hotter out there. If you hear in the background a noise like a drum, I apologize. It's just we've got heavy rain on the windows here.
Emre Çivelek Türkiye'den. Evet, şu anda sporcular gelmeye devam ediyorlar. Geride bıraktığımız süre şu anda 28 dakika oldu bile. Tüm Türk sporcular, Türk sporcuların hepsi finish alanına ulaştı. Hepsini yürekten kutluyoruz, gözlerinden öpüyoruz. Türk sporcular.
We might see a graphic in a minute which will show us the final positions in the B final.
Ve Litvanya'dan gelen sporcuyla beraber hakemlerimize bakıyoruz. Kaç sporcu oldu? 25 bin sporcu aldı.
And as soon as the results have been checked and double checked, they'll be processed and then be posted on the results page. So you can look at the results from yesterday. That's on triathlon.org. Check the results tab and then find the event. You'll see a whole list of events, a whole list of results. Sorry. We're going to get an interview, possibly, with the winner of this wave. It's going to have to be very quick because we've got the men's event starting quite soon.
Konişeva, Bulgar sporcu Konişeva yarışmayı tamamladı ve Junior B finalinde tüm sporcular yarışmayı tamamladılar. Şu anda ilk üçe giren 44, 42, 43 numaralı sporcularla Polonyalı, Çek Cumhuriyeti ve Ukraynalı sporcular.
Now back to the results. If you go to the results page, you'll see the results of all of the semi-finals from yesterday. And as soon as these results are processed, they'll be up and available for you to look at. And just to check the timings, the splits.
Evet, saat 9.35'te erkeklerde B finali.
So they've organised the 1, 2 and 3 athletes over there. That's them standing underneath the branding and the backdrop for some photographs.
Tam 5 dakika sonra ve orada da yarışacak olan Türk sporcularımız var. Heyecan içerisinde bekliyoruz. Başarılar diliyoruz.
Now we can see the camera team are ready just to quickly try and do an interview. This is going to have to be very quick because we've got 5 minutes to go before the start of the men's race. But if they can get a few quick words from Maya Volsink, the winner, it will be wonderful to hear.
Thank you.
How was the race for you?
Well, I am so surprised that I win because I am a bad swimmer. So when I come in the first group, that was a big surprise. But then I know that I need to go for my maximum. So I am so happy.
How was the track?
Hello.
How was the track?
Well, it is kind of technical, but I like that kind of track. So I'm happy because that was uphill. So this is something for me that I am so happy.
How did you find the organization?
Well, I am kind of surprised because, well, that I am. This is my second time in Turkey, and I know that it's gonna be fine because I was in Alanya. So, well, I am big fan of that, organization and that kind of, competition.
Finally, how would you rate your performance?
Well, I am not surprised because I know that I am a good runner, so that not was so surprising for me. But I am really happy about my swimming today, so that it's fine for me.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
So some words of praise there from our winner Maja Wonsink from Poland. It looks like we're going to also hear from Yeva or Dana Soroka.
First of all, congratulations.
Thanks.
How was the race for you?
For me, it was normal, but not good, unfortunately. Especially my run was not good today.
How was the track?
What?
Track. How was the track?
Track?
Race, track.
Track race? Train.
Track, track.
I don't know. I don't understand track. What
How
is
was the organization?
it? Normal. Normally.
Finally, how would you rate for your performance? Your performance?
What about my performance?
Yeah.
Normally also.
Thank you. Thank you. Good luck.
Just to put that into context, when a Ukrainian says normal, it means normalna, which is it was okay.
How was the race for you?
It was not good, not bad. It's fine, I think.
How was the organization?
It's very good. Thank all of the organization.
How would you rate your performance? Your performance? How would you rate your performance? How did you your performance? What about you?
Performance.
Yeah.
I don't know what is it. It was good.
Thank you. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
So nice to hear from our junior athletes, and it's also great that they are so competent already in English. We'll be moving very shortly to the start of the men's B final, and they're already on the pontoon. We have, let's see if we can quickly run through the names. Polly Stoffel from Luxembourg, Struan Bennett from Great Britain, Stanisław Patinsky from Poland, Antoine Lot from Switzerland, Senan McDonnell, Ireland, Paul Freyon, Sweden, Rick van der Knaap, Netherlands, Matthijs Bocquet from Ireland, Tim Semler, Germany, Magnus Linge Larsen, Denmark, Severin Schwarz, Switzerland, Joran Stobbe, Netherlands, Andreas Nikolaisen, Denmark, Philip Glapa, Poland, Zigmas Reisas, Lithuania, Jesus Vela from Spain, Ethan Doherty from Ireland, Domen Boyants from Slovenia, Tome Shapira, Israel, Oliver Conway, Great Britain, Oscar Lilia, Sweden, Marin Stipchevich from Croatia, Ivan Trakchenko from Ukraine, Oscar Hein, Estonia, Thibaut Rivier, Switzerland, Jens Smolders, Belgium, Simeon Bobikov from Bulgaria, Omer Zafria, Israel, Gert Martin Savic from Estonia, and Doruklap Asioglu from Turkey. Under starters' orders, the referee today in this race is Sasha Kochetkov from Lithuania. That's him in the dark blue uniform in the middle, and they're off. In the junior men's races yesterday, the fastest swim was 3 minutes and 3 seconds, and that time was shared by the Hungarian athletes Hobor and Kropko. So 3 minutes and 3 is what we're looking at roughly for these junior male athletes. They will be swimming the same course, 270 meters, followed by an 8K bike and a 1.7K run. This is the B final. So immediately we've got a break in the middle with well, two athletes are really working hard there. One is moving to the front. The second athlete very wisely staying just in the draft area. The three bunching together now. This is going to be a fast-moving leading group of three.
Drone çekimleri yapılıyor. Balıkesir'in muhteşem güzellikleri de tüm dünyaya bu arada tanıtılmış oluyor. Bunları da görme ve gösterme şansımız oluyor. Şu anda yüzme etabında grup kalabalık halde, evet. Çok fazla parçalanmadı. Geride bıraktığımız süre 1 dakika 40 saniye. Şimdi köprünün altından geçiyorlar.
So just to remind you of the schedule we've got, this is the junior men's B final, started at 9:35. The next final will be for the junior women at 10 minutes past 10. These are Turkish times, and then at 10:45 Turkish time will be the men's final. And a good morning there to Ekrem one of our timing chaps.
Türk sporcumuz
Very good morning. Günaydın, Ekrem. Good to see you again. I hope you're enjoying the racing in Balıkesir. Not sure if you're part of the timing team, but Ekrem Paz is one of the legends of timing in Turkey. You'll always see him and his team down in Alanya.
Artık yüzme etabının son metreleri. Son metreleri.
So the athletes edging towards their left, pulling slightly harder on the right-hand side to get that little angle so they can come out of the exit ramp. Beautifully constructed exit ramp here. No trouble at all coming out of the water
Yüzücüler
onto the carpet.
ulaştılar.
It would be nice if the camera stayed on the athletes as they come out of the water so we can see them, but once again we're looking at the overhead shots. We'll wait until they come into transition.
Evet, hem ekrandan hem de canlı olarak bulunduğum yerden de görme şansım var.
So that's once again a shade over 3 minutes for the swim.
Kalabalık bir grup halinde koşuyorlar.
Oh wow, look at that. It's Struan Bennett from Great Britain who's led the swim. Swim cap in the box, helmet on, off he goes. That's a very quick transition. Good lead there from Struan Bennett. Wearing number 42.
Ekrandan çok net görme şansım olmadı ama
So it won't take long for the athletes to bunch up. Struan Bennett breaking away, leading at the front now, but how long can he stay there? Well, he's actually got quite a lead, so if he's determined enough and if he's got the power, then this young man will be delivering quite an exciting bike leg.
Balıkesir'in muhteşem güzelliklerini görme şansınız da olacak. Tabii burada yaşayanlar tabii ki bu güzellikleri devamlı görüyor ama dünyaya tanıtımı açısından çok önemli bir organizasyon. Şu anda Avrupa Triathlon ve Triathlon Life kanallarında binlerce insan canlı bu yarışmayı seyrediyor. Sizler de Instagram hesaplarından Türkiye Triathlon Federasyonu
If we get a slightly wider view of this, we'll be able to see just how far ahead Struan Bennett from Great Britain is.
tüm görselleri ve canlı yayınları ve röportajları seyredebilirsiniz.
I'm not entirely sure what that person was doing on the road, but hopefully they'll be removed.
Evet, finish noktasında ben de TRT'nin bana sağladığı imkanlarla yarışı takip ediyorum. Sağ olasın TRT. Evet, TRT'ye bağlı medya atölyesi. Doğru mu söyledim?
Now there's a big peloton behind him. Amongst them, we will probably see Filip Glampa from Poland, a bronze medal winner last year in Chisinau. We've also got Jesus Vela, the Spanish athlete, a bronze for him earlier this season in Melilla. Melilla, wonderful race in a small part of Spain, which is on the African continent.
Grup halinde bir sürüş var şu anda. Ve az sonra
The one to watch out for in this group is Oskar Lilja, the Swedish athlete. He's a very, very powerful off-road athlete with golds already this year in the cross triathlon and cross duathlon championships, the world, in Ibiza. So if he's able to translate that power onto the road, he will be a big threat. We've got 30 athletes there, 19 nations represented, but Struan Bennett is taking this race and making it his own at the moment.
önlemleri hem onlar için hem bizler için son derece önemli. Özellikle bisiklet yarışlarında çok sık
Well, this is quite a performance.
karşılaşıyoruz. böyle karşıdan karşıya geçişlerde. Irmak Şereflioğlu, gel bakalım şöyle yanıma. Evet, şu anda Irmak Şereflioğlu
So
yanımızda.
let's find a little bit of information for you about Struan Bennett.
Sohbet edelim. Dünkü yarış hakkında
He's been in sport triathlon roughly from about 12 years now, gradually working his way through bigger and bigger events.
Ama bugün o hataların çoğunu yapmadığını düşünüyorum. O yüzden daha iyi performans geldi.
As a youth athlete, he became the British Triathlon Super Series champion. That was back in 2021.
Kondisyon eksiği vardı o 6 ay çalışmadığım için. Kısa
And back 2021, he was also selected to race at the Alanya European Youth Triathlon Championships. So unfortunately, COVID knocked that one on the head, which was a real shame.
sakatlıktan sonra çok kısa zamanda toparlanıp tekrar milli
His
takıma
swim power, yes, we saw that in the water. He's ranked 18th in Britain in the 18-year-old category for 1500 meters. So that explains how he was so strong in the water. He's a member of Triathlon Scotland Next Generation Squad, and it's that body that's giving him a lot of support. And no doubt the Scottish supporters will be on the edge of their seats looking at this, because that is one enormous performance.
Biz de sana teşekkür ediyoruz.
His personal best for 1500 meters is 16 minutes and 17 seconds. He can run a mile
Teşekkürler.
in 4:33. That's not bad at all. His 1500 meter time is 15 minutes and 19 seconds. So that's going to give you an idea of roughly how fast he's going to be running off the bike.
Bunu en iyi
So Struan Bennett, there he is.
Gecenin çok geç saatlerinde kalkıyorlar yüzme antrenmanları. Ardından bisiklette koşu
With a
antrenmanları.
big peloton behind him.
Haftanın 7 günü. Tabii aradaki boşluklarla
Shannon McDonnell there, you can see the very green uniform. Takchenko from Ukraine.
Batı boyutu var bunların beslenmesi.
I think we saw Rick van der Knaap in there from the Netherlands. Goedemorgen alle toeschouwers uit Nederland en België die Nederlands en Vlaams kunnen praten. We've got Savic from Estonia tucked in the back there. This is a big group.
Sizlerden de ricamız sonuç ne olursa olsun o çocuklar burada finish noktasına geldiğinde kaçıncı gelirlerse gelsinler yürekten alkışlayalım. Çünkü inanılmaz mücadele ediyorlar. İnanılmaz gayret gösteriyorlar. Sonuç tabii ki her zaman istediğimiz gibi olmayabilir. Ama bu bir disiplin işi, bu bir süreç. Ve bu sürecin sonunda çalıştıktan sonra onları bekleyen şey zafer olacak, emin olun. Antrenörleri de bunlara inanıyor. Şu anda
Well, there's somebody getting closer to him, but
önemli bir isme sahip
oh,
Mert Onaran
that was
var. Onu da
an interesting corner.
kutluyoruz. Mert Onaran şimdi kendi kızını yetiştiriyor. Geleceğin şampiyonu olarak. Evet, ilerleyen yıllarda yine bir onarını göreceğiz. Pistlerde eminiz buna. Ve şu anda 11 dakikayı geride bıraktık.
Now let's see what's happened here, because have we missed something? Has the camera moved, and have we missed something?
Az önceki kadın filerinden 2-3 dakika daha önce gelecekler bekledik.
Is that lead still as strong as it was before? This is a magnificent solo ride.
Oldu. 70 göğüs numarayla onu bekliyor olacağız burada. Kolay gelsin. Evet, Balıkesir'de 4. kez, avluda 4. kez düzenleniyor bir triatlon yarışması. Balıkesir zaten triatlon dendiği zaman simge kentlerden, lider kentlerden.
Some tremendous power there from
Neredeyse tüm Balıkesir triatlon sporuna
young
sahip.
Struan Bennett from Great Britain.
Daha önce de söylemiştik, bir dünya şampiyonasını bile yapacak kapasiteye sahip bir kent Balıkesir. Özellikle kurumlar arası bu tür organizasyonlarda çok önemli ve Balıkesir'de de kurumlar arası iletişim kurumlar arası etkileşim ve dayanışma inanılmaz boyutta. Zaten öyle olmazsa bu tür organizasyonlarda olmaz. O yüzden tüm kurum ve kuruluşlara yürekten teşekkür ediyoruz.
Well, the camera bike is keeping quite a good distance away from him, but it'd be nice if we had a couple of closer shots of him just to see how his position on the bike is, how his face looks. Is he looking as if he's suffering or not? Taking a very, very sharp corner, a very, very tight line there on the corner.
30 kişinin şu anda takip ettiğini düşünüyoruz.
That's Van der Knaap we see there, wearing number 47. Rick van der Knaap. Is it possible he's leading now? I've lost track of the race now. I'm a bit confused. So let's see if we can work out what's going on. Is Rick van der Knaap leading the race? Yes, Rick van der Knaap is leading now. Where the changeover has taken place, I'm not sure. It might have been as I was looking up the details about Struan Bennett, but Rick van der Knaap, come up Jochie, looking good there at the front.
Şu anda küçük ekrandan takip ettiğiniz kadarıyla
Antoine Lot tucked into the peloton. So my apologies for giving you wrong information. Rick van der Knaap is leading.
Önce dünkü seçme yarışmasının bir eleştirisini Sayın Ricam kendine bir öz eleştiri yap bakalım.
So working really hard there, Rick van der Knaap. He's a runner running for Wateringen. Whether he can translate, whether he's ruined his legs on this solo performance, I'm not sure. But let's just look at see how relaxed he is as he comes off the bike and runs through transition. So Lieke van der Knaap says, let's go. Well, he's certainly going, Lieke. He's going really well. We did have a Dutch athlete winning a B final a few years ago in Leeuwen. And his joy at crossing the finish line and winning it was incredible. There you go. Rick van der Knaap loosening the shoes. Final stages down to the dismount line. Let's have a clean dismount, no errors in transition. Good, way before the dismount line. His lead, oh, that's at least 120 meters. Now, what happened to Struan Bennett? Again, these athletes have quite a long run through transition to the bikes. The advantage of Rick van der Knaap wearing number 47 is that he's going to be about, well, he's got further to run. So Struan Bennett was first in the swim. Rick van der Knaap came out on his tail. Yeah, that's interesting. So Tim Semler, Germany, Bobby Stoffel, Luxembourg. That's your swim times.
Hollandalı sporcuyla beraber Bennett'le kapışıyorlar. Bakalım aynı performansı gösterebilecek mi diye bekliyoruz. Şu anda değişim alanında inanılmaz bir yoğunluk var ve
rather missed who managed to get through transition first and out onto the run. It doesn't look as if Rick van der Knaap has managed to translate that
koşu parkurunda
powerful
da
bike into an advantage out on the run. That didn't look like the Dutch uniform as he set off.
almak için müthiş bir mücadele içerisindeler.
It looks like he's been edged into second place.
Ve startlar hakkında biraz bilgi vereyim. Günün en önemli halk finalleri kadınlarda saat 10'u 10 geçe, 10'u 10 geçe verilecek. Junior Woman finali ve 10.45'te Junior Men finali var 10.45'te. Daha sonra yine bir aramız var biliyorsunuz. Saat 3.30'a kadar sıcak arası diyoruz ona.
That looks as if it might be Polly Stoffel. No, it's Shapira from Israel. Shapira
Biliyorsunuz Avrupa'da böyle güneş
Out in
gördükleri
front.
zaman hemen güneşlenmeye
Toma
başlıyorlar.
Shapira.
Azıcık güneş görsünler. Buradaki güneşi görünce eminim çok şaşırmışlardır. Özellikle Finlandiya'dan ve Danimarka'dan gelen sporcular biliyorsunuz oraları çok serin memleketler.
In fact, Stoffel is tucked into that large group of athletes.
Yapacak bir şey yok. Biz bile şaşkınlık içerisinde.
Zafira is leading.
Çöl sıcakları diyorlar. Daha bir iki hafta devam edecekmiş dostlar. Dün akşam meteorolojiyi dinledim ben. Ve kalp doktoru, kalbimizin sahibi, kalp doktoru Begüm Özekren'den hafif bir koşma eğilimi.
With Oliver Conway just behind him. So British athlete Oliver Conway tucked in just behind our leader.
Evet. Begüm hocam,
A very good bike then from Oliver Conway.
biliyorsun biz Nurgül Mora'ya endeksliyiz. O koşarak geliyorsa yarış bitiyor demek. Şu anda onda bir tepki yok da. İşte medya dediğin böyle olur.
And that looks like Tim Semler just behind and Jesus Villavilla from Spain. So Israel, Great Britain, Germany and Spain fighting for the three top positions.
Görebildiğim kadarıyla buradan herkes için başladı. İlk iki İsrail'i. Evet ilk iki şu anda resmi olmayan bir bilgi aldım. İlk iki. İki kişi diyelim.
Oh, we can see Bennett is tucked back there. I was distracted from the action whilst I was checking about Struan Bennett, so I don't really know what happened to him. Perhaps we'll find out later. But in the final stages of the run, Israel, Great Britain, 1 and 2.
42-52 numaralı İngiliz ve Hollandalı sporcu yarışmada ayrıldı.
Conway just edging in front of Shapira now, accelerating under the darker section near the shaded area. A very short run from there will take him onto the blue carpet and down to the first position in the B final. Lord Riviere, so the two Swiss athletes, Glapper, Larsen from Denmark, chasing for the minor places. But Oliver Conway, what a great race there from Oliver Conway. Now, Oliver Conway, he's supported by Pedal Potential and Leywood Estates, so a big shout out to them. Without their support, he wouldn't be racing here at the European Championships. He's from Oxford and a member of Bicester Triathlon Club, so that's a great shout out to Bicester. You guys have done well. Oliver Conway leads and wins the B final here in Balıkesir.
Hemen ardından Almanya'dan Sandler, İsveç'ten Sumir, yine İsveç ve Polonya'dan Grappa, Danimarka'dan Larsen, İsviçre'den Linscha, İrlanda'dan
Oscar Lilia, the cross specialist, just finishing there.
Hırvatistan, Lüksemburg ve Hollanda'dan sporcu Van der Knap da şu anda finişe ulaştı. Biz tabii ki 70 göğüs numarasıyla Dorukal Azizon'u bekliyoruz. Başarılı bir şekilde gelsin. Litvanya'dan Resas. Ve içimizdeki İrlandalı Doherty de bitirdi. Polonyalı Planski.
And the athletes will have roughly 24 hours to recover before they toe the line for the relays tomorrow. The relays will be over the same course but a little bit shorter. We'll give you all those details later today as a preview for what's going to be taking place tomorrow.
Ve Bulgaristan'dan komşumuz Bulgaristan'dan Bobekov. Bravo komşu diyoruz. Komşu olduğu için biraz yakınlık gösterelim de burnumuzun dibinde Bulgaristan sonuçta. Ve Estonya'dan Hein hemen arkasına yetişmeye çalışan İsveç. Schwarz yakalayamadı ama olsun. Ve İsrail'den Zappi. İsrail'i tutun ve Dorukal Azizoğlu.
So that's 23 minutes, 24 minutes of absolutely flat out racing. So no wonder in this heat, no wonder the athletes feel exhausted. But let's get them up, let's get them into the recovery area nice and quickly, into the shaded area where they can get into the plunge baths if necessary, get some food, some nutrition, some fluids.
Bakalım hakemlerimize kaç kişi oldu yarışmayı bitiren? 26. 2 de fark vardı. 28. 2 kişiyi bekliyoruz. Evet. Son 2 kişiyi bekliyoruz artık. 52 ve 42 numaraları İngiliz ve Hollandalı sporcular yarışmadan ayrılmıştı.
Well, we've got 10 minutes before the start of the women's final. And we might be lucky, we might get an interview with our 3 athletes. But just before that, I'll give you a rundown of who is in the junior women's final. Wearing number 1, Margareta Vrablova from Slovakia. Number 2, Bethany Cook, Great Britain. Then we have Nora Romina Nadas from Hungary, Linda Krombach from Luxembourg, Elena de Baker from Belgium, Ilona Adum from France, Isla Headley from Great Britain, Alice Alessandri, Italy, Sara Cruciani, Italy, Adelaide Anna Badini Confalonieri from Italy, Ana Gomez Carbajo from Spain, Antonia Jubb from Great Britain, Carla Martinez Gonzalez from Spain, Johanna Urek from Germany, Alejandra Segui Soria from Spain, Manon Laporte from France, Aniek Mars from the Netherlands, Sonia de Koning from the Netherlands, Alexandra Ferchmin from Poland, Lies Kapten from Estonia, Chiara Reckman from Germany, Lotte Minnebo from Belgium, Noemi van der Kei from Switzerland, Laura Ines Pap from Hungary, Lili Dobi from Hungary, Katarina Hadrovova from the Czech Republic, Eva Pavlovic from Serbia, Dora Pustai from Hungary, Yali Vitkin from Israel, and Marielle Buchti from Germany. That's our women's final, and they will be fighting for the medals and the title of European champion. Those are the plunge bars we talked about earlier. Great opportunity for the athletes just to get in and to cool down.
Bu yarışlar olmazsa olmazı en güzel fotoğraf çekilen an. Sekiz dakika sonra startta. Şu anda
So Oliver Conway, our winner in the B final there. A bronze medal before in the European Cup in Bled. Great venue that is, with absolutely crystal clear waters to swim in. And a top 10 in last year in the Junior European Cup in Halton. One of the classic races on the European circuit. He started this year with perhaps not the best result for him in Quarteira, which is a sprint distance race, and that was the 33rd position. I'm sure he wasn't very happy with that, but that's a very popular race, a very big race. So a shade over 6 minutes to go before we start the final for the junior women. So looking at the nations that have got into it, you've got 2 Belgian athletes, 3 Spanish athletes, 3 British, 3 German, 4 Hungarian athletes have managed to get through to the final, 3 Italians. So at the moment, it looks like Hungary has the strongest amongst the junior women. That's Laura Ines Pap, Lili Dobi, Dora Pustai, and Nora Romina Nadas. In the A final, the final race, we have the Slovakian athlete, has Margareta Vrablova. She's collected a massive total of 13 gold medals on the international racing circuit. In this year alone, 2023, she won the races in Tabor, these are junior European Cups, Tabor in Czech Republic, Wels in Austria, Olsztyn in Poland. She took the World Aquathon title in Ibiza. She won the European Cup in Quarteira and in Melilla. So that is Margareta Vrablova. You've also got Bethany Cook. Yes, she's the daughter of the legendary Sarah Coop and Glenn Cook. A bronze last year in Quarteira. She's a British junior champion last year. Her race this year, a top 10, 8th place in one of the Americas. She placed 8th, but she was behind the winners, Katie Zaffris, Gwen Jorgensen, and Amelie Kretz. So racing with the big names. Okay, our athletes are starting to take position out on the pontoon. Now, we've seen Vrablova in the darker uniform there. Cook is next to her. We also see there Nadas in the Hungarian uniform.
Hello. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah.
How was the race for you?
Yeah, it was good today. Yeah, I felt quite good. I mean, I got out in the swim quite well. Tried to play it, you know, tactical in the bike, sort of, because there's a lot of crashes in our race. So I try to stay like sort of near the front, so you don't get caught behind them. Because there's one in transition, but luckily I was to the side. But yeah, it's pretty fast. We all sort of eased up on the last 2 laps of the bike, and then just felt good in the run. So yeah, I came away with a win. So it's pretty decent. Yeah, thank you.
How was the course?
Yeah, I think it's quite good. Some of the corners a bit slippy, but yeah, it's quite nice. Yeah, really nice day. Not too hot at the moment because it's in the morning, but yeah, it's pretty good. Thank you. Yeah.
How did you find the organization?
Yeah, this was really well organised. You know, everything was on time. You know, the ice baths and everything, because it was so hot, and it's really well organised. Water stops everywhere, so yeah, it's really good. Thanks. Yeah.
And finally, how would you rate for you performance? Race performance.
Well, yeah, today was good, but yesterday I crashed, and I really wanted to get in the A final, but I just got crashed on the downhill corner. So I just wanted to prove myself today because I wanted to be in that A final and doing good, but it wasn't to be. So I'm just glad I did a good performance today to
Thank you. Good luck.
Thanks a lot. Thank you. Cheers.
Well, there you go. Upset that he didn't make the A final, but a great performance there to take the win in the B final. The crashes might explain why we didn't see Struan carry on to the finish. So,
First
let's
of
hear
all,
from Kera.
congratulations.
Thank you very much.
How was the race for you?
The swim was very good. We came second out of the water. And then good transition, and the ride was a little scary. There was a lot of crashes, but I managed to stay on the bike and came to the run. Good and steady run, and third into the finish line.
How was the course?
The course was really nice. It's a good swim, a bit cold water and clean. A technical and fast bike course with a lot of corners and a little bit of a hill. It was really nice, and I had a lot of fun in the race.
How did you find the organization?
Organization was really good. They gave us a lot of water during the race and wet sponges. They keep us cool, and it was really good.
Finally, how would you find your race performance?
Yesterday my performance wasn't really good, so I came to the B final. But today it was better, and I hope to do the mixed relay tomorrow and even be more good, be better.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
It was good to hear there from Israeli athlete, and positive comments about the way that the organisers are looking after the athletes in this great heat. So the junior women have now started the final. We have Manon Laporte. No, we don't. We have Ilona Hadum and Manon Laporte. Manon Laporte had a 3:25 swim. Hadum 3:23. But we've also got Bethany Cook tucked in there, 3:25. So we can expect to see some very strong swimming here amongst these junior women. The French athletes clearly have the upper hand in this. Laporte and Hadum.
Günün belki de en stresli yarışmalarından biri olacak. Müthiş bir mücadele var Avrupa şampiyonu olmak için.
As we saw yesterday, the line that the athlete on the right-hand side of the screen is taking is a perfect line to the swim exit. The athlete to the left-hand side of the screen will be needing to pull to her left to bring her in line with the exit. But clear water in the middle, absolutely clear water for whichever athlete's choosing that line.
Onlar için hazırlanmış muhteşem havuzda. Evet, ilk köprünün altından geçtiler. Şu anda geçişlerini tamamlıyorlar.
So the air temperature, we can see 29 degrees, water 25. Not bad conditions at the moment.
Şu anda podyuma doğru inanılmaz bir mücadele var. Ekranlardan görebildiğimiz kadarıyla
So very soon on your right hand side of the screen you'll be able to see the swim exit, and hopefully Be nice if the cameras were to stay down on the swim exit so we can see the athletes as they come out of the water.
Dünyada böylesine bir tesiste gerçekleştirilen tek yarışma. Dünyada eşi benzeri yok. Bu anlamda Balıkesir Büyükşehir Belediyesi'ne de
Very good swim stroke there. Nice long pull underwater. That looks like one of the French uniforms.
dönüş noktasına ulaştı.
Is it going to be Laporte? Is it going to be Hadum? Is Bethany Cook tucked in there?
Çıkış podyumuna ayaklarını bastı.
Now, once again, the camera's moved away from the finish, so it's all a bit of a mystery.
Değişim alanına doğru koşu başladı.
But an acceleration on the carpet. We saw yesterday Alessio Crociani from Italy leading the swim, but then doubling his lead on the run up to transition. It was a fantastic move from him. A bit of congestion as they come out the water. It's quite a wide exit, and the construction is really good to allow the athletes to get out of the water.
Sporcular ard arda. Bunlar A grubu. Tabii A finalinde yarışmaya hak kazanan sporcular kendi yaş gruplarında Avrupa'nın en güçlüleri.
It looks like Hadum from France is leading up with Nadas.
Çıkaran Fransa'dan, İngiltere'den, İtalya'dan, İspanya'dan, Almanya'dan.
Bethany Cook, good position for her, and Vrablova, that's the one to watch. She's straight out into.
İsrail'den, dünyanın çok farklı ülkelerinden, Avrupa'nın çok
So onto the bike now, and we'll see if we can pick out the names of the athletes as this early stage of the bike starts.
kendi yaş gruplarında söz sahibi olmuş. İlerleyen yıllarda olimpiyatlarda görmeyi beklediğimiz sporcular. Tabii ki onların arasında Türkiye'den de sporcuları görmeyi çok isterdik. Bu sene olmadı. İlk defa gerçekleştiriliyor Türkiye'de bu yarışma. Kendi evimizde çok isterdik. A finalinde de bir sporcu olsun. Kısmet değilmiş diyoruz ama çalışmaya devam.
So within this group,
Biliyorsunuz sporun çok
it was Nadas from Hungary who won her heat. She was just ahead of Hadum.
özellikle voleybol takımlarımız
So 6 have made the breakaway now. 6 on the breakaway. Antonia Jubb from Great Britain tucked into the British team. She's there. She had the fastest bike split yesterday in her wave. Where she's at the moment, I'm not entirely sure. But those 6 joined by another. Is it going to be a bigger group? No, 5 have now pulled away. But they're being joined now. We've got a leading group forming of about 8 athletes. 2 at the back need to work just that little bit harder. That's Bethany Cook there leading them out. She was powerful yesterday, superb on the bike. Vrablova tucked in behind her, a dangerous position for her to be because Vrablova yesterday was just supreme on the final run. Great Britain leading Slovakia in second place.
Altın gibi pırlanta çocuklarımız alttan geliyor. Triatlonda da aynı şekilde çok iyi bir altyapımız var. Hem kızlardan hem erkeklerden kurulu. Ve ilerleyen yıllarda uluslararası arada çok fazla triatlet göreceğiz, emin olun. Evet, az önce bilgisi geldi. Yürüyüş spor dalında da 2 altın madalya gelmiş. Nasıl seviniyoruz? Özellikle Mustafa Akçamak çok seviniyordur.
So that leading group of 8 is in danger of being joined by another, it looks like another 8 or so. A large peloton beginning to form. So it was Ilona Hadum, the French athlete, who was the fastest, 3:25 there. Nora Romina Nadas, Bethany Cook, Sara Crociani, Italy. Vrablova tucked in there, good position for her, 5th out of the water. Manon Laporte, France. Antonia Jubb, good swim from Antonia, and Isla Headley there, the off-road specialist. Isla Headley, fantastic performances she put in earlier this year on a very tough course at the European Xterra Championships.
45 saniye oldu. 8 dakikada anlaşalım. Evet 8 dakika. Ben cümleyi çok konuştum ki cümle bitirene kadar zaten zaman geçiyor. O yüzden bitmiş zamanı konuşalım.
Vrablova now moving to the front, attacking on the hill. Bethany Cook behind her, responding and bringing athlete Sarah Krachani just behind her. This is the hill we heard Oliver Conway talking about.
Blok halde yarışmanın lider grubu olarak devam ediyor.
And as they cross the road, then they have a descent on the other side. Will there be an attack as they go down there?
Çok belirli bir konu.
Will they try and break away and disrupt the pack that's forming behind them?
Dediğim gibi hepsi zaten seçme yarışlarında kendilerini ispat ettiler. Şu anda 8 kilometrelik bisiklet etabı onlar için çok kolay bir mesafe. Özellikle antrenman yaparken antrenmanlarda
That looks like Pavlovic from Serbia.
2-3 saatlik bir zaman zarfında tamamlayabiliyorlar. Ve artık dünyada özellikle bisiklet
So that leading group of 8 now joined, and will this speed up or will it slow down? The risk of having so many athletes together, we've heard from the junior men, was there was a couple of spills, but the junior men will choose to attack these corners. Whether the junior women will be quite using the same sort of dynamic, I don't know. Let's hope that we don't have any sliders or fallers.
parkurları tercih ediyorlar. Görsel anlamda da zaten
But there's some conversation going on amongst the athletes there.
şu anda Balıkesir Avlu Alışveriş Merkezi'nin etrafı da tam istedikleri gibi çok fazla yokuş çok eğim yok ama dönüş noktaları çok olan keyifli.
Well, this is a great spectacle for the spectators down on the course, and for, of course, for the organisers to see a huge peloton of fast-moving junior athletes. Don't forget, these athletes are the future generation.
Triatletler, A grubu triatletler çok kontrollü bir şekilde birbirlerinden çok fazla kopmadan
Looks like
kontrollü bir şekilde
Nora Romina Nadash,
sürüyorlar.
or was that possibly Laura Ines Pap?
Yarışın bitimine doğru kopmaları yaşanacak ya da herkes kendi enerjisini koşuya saklıyor. Dediğim gibi dünkünden daha
So 270 meters of the swim,
dün bu saatlerde burada
8 kilometers of biking, and 1.7 on the run
çok kullandığımız bir kesemiz eksikti.
to decide who will be the gold, silver, and bronze medal winners
Evet.
at this European Sprint Championships. Raced over the super sprint format, giving the opportunity to the athletes to race semi-finals, finals, and then also for the relays tomorrow. It's a great development opportunity, wonderful opportunity for the organizer, for the coaches and managers to see the strengths and weaknesses of their athletes and to get ready for the selection for the relays tomorrow.
Balıkesir halkı, Balıkesir'in
So as the federation pays for their athletes to travel to a race, it's not just one race they're doing, they have 3 opportunities.
seyretmeye
A great idea. It makes much more sense. If you're going to use your funds to fly your athletes to a venue, let's get the most out of the venue. Let's have as many races as possible.
Balıkesir halkı triatlona yatkın ve ilgisi olan bir halk. Ama aşırı sıcaklar herkesin evde kalmasına sebep oluyor. Ama bugün burada inanılmaz sayıda personel var.
So that's the corridor there as you hit the bottom of the hill where we saw a couple of spills yesterday.
Finish alanına gelen 3 kişi görüyorum. Buradan baktığımda
Vravlova tucked in there, still in the front of that pack.
Böyle bir havaları var yürüyüşlerinde. Acaba doğru mu bildim? Bakalım şimdi anlarız. Dostlar siz doping kontrol merkezinde mi çalışıyorsunuz? Bildin mi? Bak yıllardır bu işin içindeyim. Artık yürüyüşünüzden tanımaya başladım sizi. Öyle bir özgüvenle yürüyorlar. Biz adamın
The
canını
French
alıyoruz.
athlete, Ilona Hadoum,
En çok
wearing number
başarılı
6,
sporcuların yüzünü
she's the
çevirecek
reigning world
bu.
champion from her victory at the
Bizler bunun
2023
arkadaşı var.
Sprint Championships in Hamburg,
Onun yürüyüşünden
reigning world
öğreniyoruz.
champion. So she will be wanting to claim this as a title as well, having the world and the junior title together. But
Evet.
that threat from the Slovakian athlete, such an enormous collection of medals in her junior career.
Hatta bu adam 3 gün bu performansı nasıl sürdürüyor diye geri almanız gerekiyor. Süper.
But coming off the bike, we need to watch out for Nora Romina Nadas,
Bunun için mi geldiniz? Tamam. İsterseniz içeri şuradan giriş noktası. Habersiz.
because she can certainly run. There she is. Nadas, the Hungarian athlete, can run well off the bike. She took the World Junior Duathlon title in Targo Mureş. That was a very demanding course, very technical, a downtown course, but she took that title, showing that she can run very well off the bike. She's tucked in a good position. They're not working too hard at the back. The risk of being there is if anyone goes down, then she's going to get into the melee of all the other athletes. But tucked in there, she's saving her legs. Between her and Vrablova, it's a very close call. 3 now breaking away off the front. Let's see if the camera can take us down there and pick out their names.
Bu kara sinek tabii ki sadece Balıkesir'in sorunu değil arkadaşlar. Tüm dünyanın sorunu. Bu sene nedense aşırı bir insan sevgisi var bunlarda. Lanet olsun bunların içindeki insan sevgisine diyoruz. Evet, Büyükşehir Belediyesi'nin zabıtası kendilerine çay getirmişler.
That looks like Alice Alessandri there, the Italian uniform.
Orada gölgede oturunca çay içmenin keyfini biliyorum.
She was a bronze medal winner earlier this year at the European Duathlon Championships. A very flat course, similar in many respects to this one
15 dakika oldu
in
bile.
Kaorle.
Şu anda halen bisiklet grubu diyorum çünkü herhangi bir parçalanma şu anda görebildiğim kadarıyla yok. Drone çekiminde de aynı şekilde öyle görüyoruz. Ve gayet
And the breakaway very soon gobbled up by the chase group.
az sonra spor salonunun hemen arkasından geçecekler. Ve ne yaptım ne ettim kendime de bir bardak çay aldım. Teşekkür ederim. Teşekkürler. Yüreği güzel insanlar.
It's gradually heating up in Balıkesir. They're forecasting a peak today of 40 degrees. The organisers obviously they're taking a break in the hotter part of the day, but 40 degrees is what's going to hit them. So it means that the elite and under 23s this afternoon, well, it's going to be hot for them. So there we see is that Johanna Urek. I think it was Johanna Urek from Germany. Antonia Jubb tucked in the back there. Antonia's dad, gold medal winner back in 2003 as an age grouper, racing at the World Championships in Affolten in Switzerland, where it rained and rained and rained. But Mike Jubb, claiming the world title as an age grouper, he must be delighted to see his daughter now racing at this level. And I know that Mike is actually at the venue, and his voice will be the loudest possible voice as she goes past. A shout out to Mike.
Ve değişim alanına doğru artık ulaşmalarına metreler kaldı diyebilirim. Ve geride bıraktığımız sürede 17
So,
dakika oldu bile.
Jostling for position now as they come into the dismount area. And again, it's a long run. As you can see, the transition area is on the right. So they're going to go down this area here. They'll dismount, that's it, and then they'll be running around the carpet to bring them back towards the transition area. Now, is that Alice Alessandri on the right? Two Italian athletes well played. So it looked like it was Ilona Hadoum from France leading them into T2. Hadash right towards the front. The three remaining Hungarian athletes tucked towards the back of the group there. Now there's the big threat. Look at that. Vrablova straight in, number one. There she goes, racking the bike. Shoes are on, but she's not first out. It looks as if it's Laporte who's first out from France. Bethany Cook losing time there in transition. Oh dear, what's happening there? She's lost so much time. She's got work to do now on the run. Cook is quite some way off the leaders. And just as we thought we were going to see the faces of the athletes, the camera moves away. A bit frustrating. Let's see what we can do with this. I'm thinking that that was Manon Laporte from France, because as she came away from the racking, she was away down.
Farkı oluştu ön grupla. Hoş geldin Onur Aydemir.
Now let's see, let's just have a quick look. It's in fact Hadoum. She's managed to do that. That is Ilona Hadoum, the world champion, has managed to get to the front of the race. Is Vrablova going to be able to catch her? The real threat behind her is Margareta Vrablova from the Czech Republic. So under the shaded area here for the first time. Second time round, it will be down to the finish. Bethany Cook tucked in there. She's got work to do. Nadas in front of her. They're taking on sponges. They're cooling down under there. Alice Alessandri, and that looks as if it's, is that possibly Confalonieri, the Italian athlete? Two Italians in a position to attack for a medal position. But at the moment, it's Ilona Hadoum, world champion, leading the race. Can she make this a double, world and European title?
Ve işte Nurgül Mara geliyor, duydu bizi. Bu sefer temposu biraz düşük gibi sanki, şapkayı tutmadığına göre. Gerçi o rüzgarı da hesap etmiştir.
Well, she doesn't look as if she's losing any ground, but Ilona Hadoum from France looking strong at the front, but the battle is on for those other medals. Sara Khorchani choosing to use the sponge to cool down even more. So Sara Khorchani is off the pace slightly, but that means that you've got either Alice Alessandri or Adelaide Anna Badini Confalonieri. They are battling, the two Italian girls battling now for a position on the podium. Look at that. What must be going on in that group, knowing that there's only two medals left? So within that, Vrablova is off the pace. Vrablova is not looking as if she's going to get a medal. Bethany Cook is tucked in the group that's going to be fighting for those last two medals. Silver and bronze still up for grabs. Gold looks as if it's in the hands of Ilona Hadoum from France. Running easily, looking strong. Oh, she has created some incredible lead there. Look at that. It seems to be stretching away. She knows where she is now. She's going to go under the shaded area, past the penalty box. Hopefully no penalty for her. Then onto the blue carpet and all the way home for a gold medal at the European Championships here in Balıkesir. Bethany Cook moving to the front now. Hadash just on her tail. Bethany Cook looking good for silver. Can she hold that position? Vrablova in a disappointing position. They're way back. Not the race that she wanted. But Beth Cook looking good for silver at the moment. But gold is going to be in the hands of the French athlete, world champion, looks to be good for European champion as well. Ilona Haddoum from France. She's onto the carpet. She's now got the long straight down to the finish. Look at that. Gold will be going to France. Beth Cook looks good for the silver medal. A high five there. The finish tape is in her hand. There is your European champion, and Beth Cook takes silver. And for Spain, was that Segui? My goodness. Which of the Spanish athletes took the bronze medal there? Well, that was flat out. That was super fast. Vrablova way down the finish line, way down the pack. Not the race she wanted today at all. What an outstanding performance there from our world champion from France, taking the European title as well. But for Beth Cook, not the best of transitions. She did extremely well coming out of T2, working her way through the pack to get into a position where she could attack on the run, coming home to take the silver medal. I'd love to see which of the Spanish athletes that was. Antonia Jubb, Great Britain, performing well.
Fransız 6 göğüs numaralı Fransız sporcu İlona Haddoum birinci, 2 göğüs numaralı Bethany Cook İngiliz sporcu ikinci, 16 göğüs numaralı Alexandra Soria üçüncü, İspanyol sporcu da üçüncü olarak A finalini bitirme başarısı gösterdi. 30 sporcuyla start almıştık ve şu anda bana gelen bir yarışmayı terk bilgisi yok. 30 sporcuda şu anda hala bitirmeye çalışanlar da.
Well, we might be able to get confirmation of our bronze medal winner in a moment.
Hakemlerimize bakıyorum. Şu anda beklediğimiz 3 sporcu oldu bilgisi geldi. Demek ki 27 sporcu yarışmayı tamamlamış. Ve şu anda bir sporcu daha yarışmayı...
Can we have the top 10, says JC Banture. Yes, I wish we could.
Bakalım şöyle yakına gelsin. Zahil'den Witkin. Bravo Witkin.
And that's our Israeli athlete Witkin just crossing the finish line. Nomi van der Kay there from Switzerland with our very, very strong cyclist from yesterday.
O da yarışmayı tamamladı şimdi. Tebrikler. Bravo Pavlovic.
And that was Anik Mars. She had the fastest bike split in her wave, 13:26.
Evet. Sporcuya.
Okay, I think we're going to go for an interview now with our finishers. And the mystery will be revealed. which of the Spanish athletes got the bronze medal? We've got a few minutes to go.
Thank you.
before the start of the race. Here we go.
I'm really happy for my race, and just incredible for me to a double and world champion and junior champion, championship Europe and world champion. Just incredible for me. And it's very hard race because swim is very short and bike is very slaloming, and run is very hot because the temperature for 29 degrees is not a bit shed.
How was the fight organization?
Oh, fight? No, I don't know. I'm just dedicated my family for support and my boyfriend, and because just my coach is just here, and for me it's just incredible.
The weather is very hard.
Yeah.
Hot. How did it affect you?
I affect my emotion and just I don't know.
Okay, finally, how would you rate your race performance?
It's just incredible, and so I'm a last junior, so next year is elite or even tour, and just so hard.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, hopefully we've got enough time to have a quick interview with Beth Cook. Oh, so it was Segui from Spain. Alejandra Segui. And she was a gold medal already picked up in the Romanian race Izvorani, and a bronze in Melilla.
It was good. I had a good swim, and then the bike was quite tough. It all came together, and it was kind of zigzagging in and out, trying to not get caught behind loads of people. And then I got into the run, very close to the back of the pack, and then I ran through, and I got to about 300 to go, and I thought, oh, if not now, then when am I going to go? So I went, and it worked, and yeah.
How was the course?
It was good. It was really hot, very, very hot. But the course is amazing. It's so much traction on the corners, and the river's obviously really nice to swim in, and the run's quite technical. So it's a fun course to do.
How did you find organization?
Yeah, it's been great. Even from the finish, being able to jump straight in the pool and the sponges on the run and things like that. It's just been it's been a really fun experience.
Finally, how would you find your race performance?
Yeah, I'm very happy. I've been to 3 of these now for junior, and finally on my last one I got a medal, so I just can't believe it.
Thank you, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful interview there from Beth Cook.
First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
How was the race for you?
Well, I have a really good swim. On the bike, all the packs went together, so we went to the run, the 30 of us, I think. And it was a quite speedy run, where on the last 300 meters I gave it all until the finish line. And that's it, I can't believe it.
How was the course?
Quite good. It was a bit hot, but I'm from Spain, so I'm quite used to it.
How did you find organization?
Organization was quite good. I like everything they've done, and I'm really happy.
So finally, how would you rate race performance here?
I think 10 out of 10.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Good to hear that from Alejandra Segui from Spain, taking the bronze medal. Now, let's see if we can get to the start of the men's race. Let's run through who's racing today. We've got in wearing number 1. So that's your top 10. So while you're looking at the top 10, you'll hear me talking and telling you who's racing in the junior men's race. João Nuno Batista, Portugal. Julia Kovac, Hungary. José Ramón Jiménez Blasquez from Spain. Zalan Hobor, Hungary. Hector Tolsa Garcia, Spain. Pablo Isoton, France. Ewan de Nigro, Italy. David Lang, Luxembourg. Niels Sergeri from France. Roy Baron, fastest bike split yesterday in his race, from Israel. Gaspard Tarot from France. Patrick Leitner, watch out for him, he was very strong yesterday. Thomas Hansmanel from France. Mayan Glantz from Israel. Dries Kennerts from Belgium. Michael Gar, Great Britain. Miguel Espuna La Romona from Italy. Martin Kropko, fastest swim yesterday from Hungary. Jakub Homola from Czech Republic. Then we have Pietro Giovannini and Simeone Romano, both from Italy. Karol Popa, Romania. Alexander Bozilov, Bulgaria. Gabriel Santos, Portugal. Gregor Razva, Estonia. Aurélien Carré from Luxembourg. Filip Lisak, Slovakia. Ayal Weinstein from Israel. Gergo Julia Sos from Hungary, and Jasper de Vos from Belgium. That's your 30 athletes. We've got, at the moment, the water is about, I think it's showing here, we've got roughly 23 degrees. So again, the race referee here is Alexander Kochetkov from Lithuania. The red flags are all up from the technical officials, which means they are satisfied the athletes are in the right position. They're all wearing the timing chips. There are no split swim caps. Everything is ready to go. So the two fastest swimmers yesterday were the Hungarian Hobor and Kropko. What has happened here? Okay, this is I think we've got a bit of a false start going on here. Okay, so the kayaks have been placed across the water to stop the athletes. Oops. Now, the officials who are on the pontoon, there's one very determined athlete there. The officials on the pontoon, as the athletes come out onto the pontoon, there are numbered boxes for them. These numbers don't relate to the athlete numbers. The athletes are each wearing a race number, but the number on the pontoon doesn't relate to them. Athlete number 1 has the choice of the best position on the pontoon. Now, looking at the way this course is constructed, he would normally choose to go as close to the exit as possible. So on the right-hand side of the screen, where the traffic cone is, that's probably the best line down to the start, to the exit. So the officials will be taking a record of who is standing in front of them. So in the case that we have here of a mass start that was false, they'll all be called back onto the pontoon, and the officials will make sure that the athlete goes back into the very same position they chose first. So that's one of the jobs that the technical officials have on the pontoon. So we've got lots of support coming through here. Allez les Frenchies, says Elliot Delacroix. Allez Hans Manel. We've got Gogo, Jasper and Dries. Vamos Tolsa, eres enorme, or enorme. I'm not sure what that means, but Gogo La France. Elliot est beau, says somebody. So we're looking at the comments that are coming up on the YouTube channel. So if you want to give a shout out to your athletes, to your supporters. We'll do our best to reply to you. Allez les Belges. So our last athlete making our way back. You can see now those numbers, that's what I was trying to describe to you. They are the numbers that relate to the starting position. So all back in place. Obviously, it's very, very tense up there. That's why we have the false start. But that looks like it's good to go. Air temperature 30, water temperature 26. My goodness. So yesterday we saw that Hobor and Kropko, the two Hungarian juniors, they had the fastest swims, 3 minutes and 3 seconds. But on this occasion, Martin Kropko is tucked away down the rankings. It's Hobor who probably had the better choice. A bit of congestion there. That's quite dramatic swimming we can see from the junior men. Artık deyim yerindeyse pataküte bir start yaşanabiliyor. Olmadığınız anda bir tokat yeme şansınız da olabiliyor. Bacaktan çekme, fiziksel müdahale. Now that could well be Zalen Hobor from Hungary, who's edged into the clear water in the front. João Batista, watch out for him. Let's have a look at who these athletes are. João Batista, he's the world champion from the race in Hamburg. So he will obviously be wanting to add this title to his collection of medals. Gold in Hamburg this year, gold last year at the Duathlon Championships in Bilbao. Silver this year in the Duathlon Championships in Venice, so not quite holding that title. A bronze in the World Duathlon Championships. So this is somebody who's very powerful on the bike and the run. Let's just see how well he does in the swim. He needs a good position coming out of the water if he's able to use that swim, that bike and run power.
Bakalım 30 kişi listemize göre 30 kişinin start alması gerekiyordu. Hatalı çıkıştan sonraki durum ne? Az sonra onun da bilgisini alacağız.
Alexander Bozilov, the Bulgarian athlete, will be hoping to get into a better position. He didn't have the race he wanted yesterday, but his swim, bike and run could well be a threat to the Hungarians and to Batista. It all depends where he is in the swim and how well he can get onto the bike pack. Of the Italians, Di Nigro is really going to have to work hard here. He looked quite comfortable yesterday, and I think that is going to be... Di Nigro is looking... is that possibly him in second place? Hobor coming out first.
En temizi, en hijyeni şu anda yarışma yapılan havuz.
Hobor first. I think that's Di Nigro. Juan Di Nigro. He has the heritage of winning all 3 junior races in Kaole.
Az önceki B finaline nazaran biraz daha birbirinden kopuk bir düzende, blok halde değil, biraz daha kopuk bir düzende devam ediyor şu anda 30 kişilik grupta. Şu anda bana gelen...
So lots of support there for Michael Garr from Great Britain. He had a good race yesterday, but this is Hobor from Hungary.
Bakalım az sonra hatalı çıkıştan sonra kaç kişi start verildi, onun da bilgisi gelecek.
Batista, there he goes. And is he going to have a good transition? Look at that. Yes, he's going to be moving out in 3rd place. Kovac. Kovac is going to be working hard to catch up there, but 3rd place was Batista out of transition. Glantz from Israel. De Vos there from Belgium.
Bisikletin lastiği patladığı için patlak lastikle yarışmayı...
Well, the athletes sorting themselves out at the back of that group, but at the front end, well, The Hungarians look strong, but Batista is tucked in there.
B finallerinde yarışacak olan sporcularımız nasıl bir sonuç elde edecekler? Biz de heyecan içerisinde...
Is that Denigro attacking right at the start? It looks as if it could be Juan Denigro from Italy.
Şu anda tabii A finalinde yarışan sporcular B finalinden bir iki tık daha üstte olduğu için daha hızlılar.
Four athletes making sure the feet are tight in the shoes. They are aware that if they can work together and pull away from the chasing group, then they will be fighting for the medals and the titles. Four athletes leading the race now. They've broken away. They have the advantage. Pietro Giovannini, wow. And that is Julia Kovac. With Hobor. So two Hungarians, Batista and Giovannini. Pietro Giovannini. That's a good swim from him. Julia Kovac, gold already is this year in the race in Olsztyn in Poland. That's right up in the northern part of Poland. A gold last year in Riga. And a silver this year at the classic race Tisóváros in Hungary. But this is going to be a real battle. Batista going to the front. Now we heard from the junior men in the B final that there were several crashes, so they've got to be really careful. I know they've got tremendous power, these junior men, but sometimes there's too much power going into the corners. They're going to have to be very careful. The corners, well, the road surface is very flat, very smooth. Their lead is only about 50 meters. The chasing group behind them has them in sight. So Batista, Kovac, Hobor and Giovannini, Portugal, Hungary and Italy. And sensibly, they're actually chain ganging now. They're taking, each one's taking a bit of time at the front, and then that athlete leading will drop back and go to the back. This is very well organized. Look at that. Batista saying, come on, go through, go through. Kovac taking water on. Not quite the urgency in the chase group. Alexander Bozilov sat right at the back there. That's not the position he needs to be. Needs to be working hard. These guys need to get together and start eating up the distance between them and the lead group. They can see that the four in front are chain ganging along the road, really beginning to pull away. They're organized. But within that organization, they're all aware that there's only 3 medals available. So 4 athletes in a position now to take command of the race, take control of the race. Giovannini there letting Hobor edge forwards. Kovac edge forwards, sorry. Kovac goes forwards. Now, Hobor takes the lead. Batista coming up now to take the lead as well. This is good organization. And you can see behind them, the peloton It seems to be the same distance, about 50 meters. Obviously, the camera angle
Müziği biraz açabilir
does
miyiz? Şimdi
foreshorten
konuşalım.
things.
Ve partnerinle geldi. Ayşegül Hanım hoş geldiniz. Sefalar getirdiniz. Gözlerimiz yollarda kalmıştı. Geride bıraktığımız süre 10 dakika oldu.
So they need to regroup off that bend and start. When it comes to the straight sections, they really do need to work hard in that chain gang movement. Coming up now to one of the climbs. Very well, they're taking lots of water on. You've seen that the athletes, it's only a very short ride, 8 kilometers, but most of them are carrying a water bottle just to make sure they've got the necessary fluids because it is hot out there.
Evet şu anda 30 sporcu, 30 triatlet start almış. 11 dakika oldu.
Martin Kropko there, right at the back of that group. It doesn't look like he's going to get a medal today, and that's going to be a disappointing performance for him. So the swims there, that was 3:02, second faster than yesterday's Arnon Hobor. Batista, very good swim. Look at that, just behind. Not quite sure how 3:07 can be behind in front of 3:04, but we'll look at that later. Meanwhile, back on the bike, the Hungarians working hard with Portuguese and Italian athletes. Batista now edging to the front.
Şu anda başta giden dörtlü bir grup var.
Looking over his shoulder. Come on, it's your turn. You move to the front now.
Evet, yüzmeden şu anda Macar, Portekiz, İtalyan ve yine Macar sporcu. Dörtlü grubun başta çıktığını görüyoruz.
Giovannini edging to the front.
Bisiklette bakalım. Aynı başarıyı gösterecek.
So if Dado is watching, I'm sure Dado is going to be shouting and screaming. That's Dario Nadoni. If he's watching, he'll be screaming at the screen for the Italian athlete Pietro Giovannini, who's in a great position at the moment, a medal-winning potential position here. It's good to see the athletes are looking over their shoulders, giving the indication, come on, come through, guys. Your turn now. Kovac, Giovannini moving to the front once again. This is good, powerful riding. Now, come on, you've got to get together, guys. Let's get closer. Let's get the speed going. Oh, this is good riding from them. It really is. They've worked together as a group of 4. They've kept the pace up. They've kept changing the lead. Each of the athletes sharing a moment at the front and then drifting back into the pack. And doing that, they've actually created a good lead over the chasing group. Have they got enough lead, though, to hold off any of the faster runners in that pack? 1.7 kilometers is what they've got to run. Have they done enough work on the bike? So once again, that leading group of Zalan Hobor, Julia Kovac, Pietro Giovannini, and our Portuguese athlete João Batista. So now, not long to go before they come. Yeah, you can see onto the carpet, onto the left-hand bend. They're dismounting very soon. Wow, they're gonna have a clean dismount. Yep. Ooh, that was close. That chase group behind them. This is going to be tight because the run is quite a long run to rack the bikes. There you have it. Hungary, Portugal, Italy, Hungary. 4 athletes, 3 medals available. A clean and a quick transition is essential. Now you're going to see that of those athletes, Batista has the furthest to run with the bike. Giovannini has the less distance. He's wearing number 21, so he'll be racking his bike a lot sooner than the others. Will he be first out of transition on the run? He is. Look at that. Giovannini looks as if he's got the shoes on and he's out first. Oh, this is a great race for the Italian athlete. So as we see the further down the pack, the athletes setting out on the run, we need a camera shot at the front to see what's happening, and here it is. Oh, Batista. It's Batista who has kicked and led. Giovannini second place, Hobor and Kovac in 3rd and 4th place. But look at that, the 2 French athletes, Isoton and Hans Manel, I think they're looking as if they're threatening to attack and move up into a medal position. But Batista, goodness, look at that run pace. And you see the power. He had to really edge around that corner. He was running so fast. João Nuno Batista, world champion, way out in front. He's got a lead of over 50 meters already. Well, that's remarkable. The 2 Hungarian athletes, Kovac and Hobor, edging away from Giovannini. Ah, Isoton and Ser. It's Ser. Niels Sergeri. Quick glance to his left to see if his number's on the board. It's not, so he carries on. The next time he passes that, he will be heading to the right and down to the finish line. My goodness, this is such a great race from the Portuguese athlete. Now the length of transition is over 100 meters. So as you see the other athletes coming into view, you now have an understanding of just how far ahead he is. Look at that. So a big thanks to Matteo Legal for pointing out how far back Hans Manel is. So it is Ser and Isoton in the chase. But this looks as if it's going to be sewn up by Portuguese athlete João Nuno Batista, way out in front. The 2 Hungarians in a position now to fight for silver and bronze. Giovannini looks as if he's lost that opportunity, but there could be a late attack from the 2 French athletes. If they can really dig deep, and they're going to have to dig very deep, They may disrupt the Hungarian presence on that podium. But my goodness, the others are so far behind. Batista has absolutely destroyed this race. Look at that. Easy running all the way home. This is an outstanding performance from the young Portuguese athlete here.
Son 200 metre. Bravo Begüm.
João Nuno Batista, Portugal world champion, making his way now onto the carpet very soon, and the turn to his left will take him all the way down to the finish tape, adding the European title to his world title, and there's no one behind him. Wow, this is the performance. It's incredible. Look at this, all the way down to the finish line. There's nobody behind him, absolutely no one in sight. 20 minutes, he breaks the 21-minute barrier. That's a fantastic performance. Portugal, you can be really, really happy with this. But the battle on, is it going to be Robor? Is it going to be Kovac? How close are the French athletes going to be? Giovannini has taken the bronze. Serre and Isoton just behind. My goodness. So Giovannini was able to hold on to a chance for the medal, and he split the Hungarians.
İtalyan Giovanni, Czech Cumhuriyeti'nden Romo, Avusturya'dan Lepner, İsrail'den Balon.
No, I'm wrong. It wasn't Giovannini. Was it De Nigro? Did De Nigro manage to get in there?
Bulgaristan'dan Bozdo, İtalya'dan Romano, İspanya'dan Jimenez, Macaristan'dan Krokko.
It was. It was Ewan De Nigro who managed to move all the way through that group.
Estonya'dan Rasma.
Well, that's a surprise. He was so far back, but he did extremely well. So hats off, Ewan De Nigro from Italy, taking the final, taking the podium.
22 dakikayı geride bıraktık. Ve ardı ardına sporda bir noktada ulaşmaya devam ediyoruz. Maras sporcuyla beraber İsrail sporcu da hemen arkalarından Romanya'dan Topa.
Well, high drama there in the junior men's race with great performances from the Italian athletes. Giovannini on the bike, what a great race that was from him. A really, really powerful bit of riding. He contributed to that escape of the leading four athletes, giving the Hungarians an opportunity to get onto the podium, but also giving Batista the place to launch that fantastic run. Giovannini sacrificed himself there, perhaps. But it was De Nigro who, I think, if we look at the run splits, we might find that De Nigro has one of the fastest run splits of the day.
Portekiz'den bir göğüs numarasıyla Nuno Batista. İkinci 4 göğüs numarasıyla Zalan Robor Macaristan'dan.
If we go to the triathlon.org page, we now have the results from the B finals, men and women.
Geride bıraktığımız süre 23 dakika 30 saniye. Şu anda Portekizli Santos'da finish noktasına ulaştı. Bakalım biten sporcu sayısı kaç oldu?
And the media team are now getting ready to interview João Batista.
Şu anda finish. Şu anda Junior Men A grubu, Junior Men genç erkeklerde 30 sporcular sağlıklı bir biçimde yarışmayı tamamladı. Hepsini yürekten tebrik ediyoruz, kutluyoruz. Ve şimdi bir ara veriyoruz.
So, 2021 Junior World Championship silver medalist, João Nuno Batista. First of all, congratulations, and you are the champion again. How was the race for you actually?
This season was been amazing. In the World Junior Championship, I finished in first. I'm the current Junior World Champion. Here in the European, I finished in first place. The swim was really strong with the front guys, the Hungarian guys. In the bike, we form a small pack where two Hungarians and one Italian work really well. I think we entered the transition like 5 seconds. To the gap is 5 seconds, and the run I give it everything. I gave it everything, and smiles for me.
And maybe would you like to say something about the track also?
The track, I think the swim was really good conditions. In the bike it's a little bit dangerous, but I think anyone fall down. But on the run, I like the run track, and it was good.
Okay, the weather is very hot actually. How did this affect you?
Yeah, I think it affects all of us, but because I'm from Portugal, I used to with these temperatures. It was an advantage for me.
Actually, I want to know, have you ever seen in your life this kind of color of the swimming pool? It's impressive actually, yeah?
Yeah. This was a swimming pool, yeah.
And did you expect this result actually?
I think maybe the podium for me, I was in a really good shape, but this is unbelievable.
And finally, how would you rate your performance?
Maybe from 0 to 10, like a 10. I think it's a 10.
Okay, João. Congratulations one more time, and we see us at the medal ceremony, yeah?
Yeah, thank you.
So we're hearing there from João Batista, 10 out of 10 for his performance today. Hopefully, we're going to move down through the medals and hear from silver and bronze. And here we go. Juan de Negro, Italy.
Mr. Juan de Negro from Italy, congratulations first of all. And how was the race for you?
Yeah, the race was really brutal. So we had a false start on the swim, and I think I lost a lot of energy, so my swim wasn't the best one. But still I managed to enter the water quite good. The bike was just push as hard as you could, and there were really strong riders. Unfortunately, we didn't catch the front group, so we had to chase them on the run. On the run, I tried to make my pace and go away, but there was really strong runners such as Nils Serre from France, and after a bit we catched Kovacs and Hobber. They were in the front pack, and I wanted to go for my rhythm, and at the last I tried to do a long sprint. Unfortunately, Hobber had some energies left and catched me, but still I'm quite happy with third place, and yeah, thank you very much.
Third place, not so bad, huh? And how was the race for you? How was the track for you? I want to learn your opinion actually about the track.
Yeah, so actually you think that in Turkey maybe there's not the best conditions, but I have to say that I think it's one of the races with the best conditions in Europe, because the swim is like a swimming pool, there's no danger and nothing. The bike is technical, but still I find it quite nice, and yeah, the run is flat and it's a normal run, and I like these kind of courses, so it was really nice to race here. And
okay, and
thank you for the organization, obviously.
Okay. Actually, I would like to ask, how did you find the organization? But you said all your feelings and opinions. Okay, thank you. And did you expect this result?
Yeah, last year I got second in Olsztyn, and so this year I wanted to go on the podium again. There are some guys that are stronger than last year, so I'm quite happy with it.
Okay, actually you are from Italy and you are used to stay in this weather condition. And how did this hot weather affect you?
Yeah, unfortunately I'm from the north of Italy, so it's in the mountains, so it's not that hot. The past weeks we had only rain and cold weather, but still I liked the heat, so it was quite good for me. Yeah.
And how would you rate your performance finally?
I would give it 8 out of 10. Yes.
Okay, congratulations one more time. And we see us at the medal ceremony.
So Juan de Negro there, 007 on his arm. Great performance from him. Let's have a look at that run split. 4:57, fastest run of the day, I think. Yes, that's what took him up into the position to get the bronze medal. Good performance from him. Thought it was Giovannini, but no, he really ran so very well, and he explained the dynamics of the race. That was good to hear from him. And also the comment that the race, the organization, the course, everything was as he wanted. That's Juan de Negro. The races we spoke about in Kaoli, the first time we had the race there in the European Cup, 2021, he won it. 2022, he won it. 2023, he won it. Taking that title 3 times in a row. He also won a gold in Izvorani, which is the Romanian race for the juniors. And as he said, a silver medal went his way at the European Championships last year in Olsztyn. So that's your full 30 athletes results. As soon as the results have been processed by the race referees, they will be sent off to World Triathlon and put onto the triathlon.org page. We've got already the results for the B finals, and as soon as they're ready, we will get, and the junior women final results are up. So very soon we can expect to see the junior men's results. But are we going to get an interview with our Hungarian athlete? I think we are.
Okay. So from Hungary, Zalan Hobor, congratulations, you got the 2nd place. And okay, how was the race for you, Zalan?
I am very happy by this result. I really want a podium in Balıkesir. I'm very happy, but very hard race in very hot in Balıkesir. Yes. I'm very tired.
Okay. And Genay, would you like to say something about the track?
I like a track, but really smooth in a bike track. Swim, it's good. Yeah.
Okay. How did you find the organization?
I don't know. Yes, happy.
I think I can see from your eyes that you cannot speak anymore, yeah? And did you expect this result, 2nd place?
Yes. It's a dream.
Okay. And finally, how would you rate your performance?
Good, maybe.
The best.
Yes.
Then gratulalong.
Thanks.
We see us at the medal ceremony. Congratulations.
And Zalan Hobor there, good to see him on the podium. A silver medal to him. And it will be the medal ceremony later for the junior men and the junior women. So the results for the junior women are... the results for the junior women are up. I'd like to remind you, though, that this afternoon we have a break now because the temperature is rising and the organisers do feel it's much more appropriate that we rest and that we allow the athletes to race when it's slightly cooler. And at 15:30, Turkish time. That's 1:30 in the UK, 2:30 for most of the rest of Europe. 15:30 Turkish time is the B finals start, and then the main finals will be starting at 16:40 Turkish time. So it gives you time to have a break. It gives you time to sit down and look through the results, check all the splits of the athletes who raced this morning, and for me to go and have a cup of tea, because that's what we do here in England. So from me, Paul Groves, I'm going to sign off now and see you again very soon for the finals of the B finals and the A finals for the Balıkesir European Sprint Championships. Okay, we've just been told we've got about 1 minute to go. So it's been wonderful to have you with us this morning. It's been great to see some comments coming up on the YouTube feed. We've answered as many as we can. We've given shouts out to as many people as we possibly can. I hope you've enjoyed the racing. It's been amazing to see these athletes. Don't forget, this is the new generation. These are the guys and the girls we are going to see in the future. This is the foundation of the next generation of Olympic athletes. Watch them now, watch them later. For those of you who sat back years and years and years ago and watched some of the youngsters racing who then became Olympians and Olympic champions, that's how it grows. That's how the sport grows. This dynamic presentation of super sprint, semi-final and final, bringing the athletes together, 30 different nations racing. It's just amazing to see how many of these athletes really give everything in a race for the semi-finals, for the finals, and then we'll see them again tomorrow in the incredibly exciting mixed relays. So from me, Paul Groves, it's goodbye and see you later.
Motoru diyorum dünkü gibi bir daha yapalım. Bitti gene ya. Sanırım bitti galiba değil mi? Ama şimdi sen bir hareket et Cemil de bir şey derse. Ne abi? Şimdi Cemil'i hareket ettireceksin ya bir şey derse duyayım. Nihat var ya bende. Ha. Duyuyor ya sen bazen. Ya duyabiliyorum da olduğu zaman duyuyorum. Bir dakika dur bakayım geldi galiba. Ha evet geldi. Yukarı kaldırınca mı şöyle? Tamam geldi abi.
Yeni köprü,